of no issue. So pehle to everyone, yes, everyone a very, very warm welcome and congratulations on achieving this, because it's not an easy task to qualify two exams. Cheaper and Sniper, we both know, we all know how difficult it is and how much time and energy it takes. So many congratulations to all of you who have made through, and I hope you pass with flying colors. And I have a PPT, but before that, I would be open to your questions. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. For now, are we waiting for anybody, or we have all the people in here? Hey, Payam? I So we have everyone, or we are waiting for somebody. I guess he didn't catch that. But any of you who have any questions, who want to ask anything, please feel free to, or feel free to drop things in the chat if you want to. We'll keep the session interactive. अगर आप में से कोई भी है who do not know or do not understand Hindi, let me know. Or is everyone fine with Hindi, English, what you all want me to speak in? Because I would want you guys to be comfortable when I'm speaking anything. Language का मतलब यही है कि सबको समझ में आना चाहिए. So yeah, please speak. The person who raised the hand, Pavan Raj.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening.
I am from Tamil Nadu, ma'am. I'm now a bit.
I understand. It's okay.
Yes,
And thank you for mentioning it, because
yes,
that is why
ma'am.
I've asked. Bilkul, bilkul. We'll keep it in English then. If
Okay, ma'am.
anybody, if there is anyone who is having any language barriers, that's totally okay. We have been in Naiper. We have had people from all the states, so it's fine and it's totally fine. What is the closing rank for general category? Bro, that has changed a lot. I guess it was my rank was 77. My Jeep, my Niper rank was 77, and I am from general category. But for my juniors, it was close to around, I guess, 50 or 60. So that is a difficult thing. And which hobbies to mention so that I am cross questioned at least. See, guys, you have to be ready for the questions. You should be ready for the questions. ऐसे नहीं है that you can say I don't want to be questioned less. And guys, I have a PPT prepared and I'll share my screen. Uh, Anybody, if you have any questions, because the thing is, when I'll be taking you through that PPT, no, I'll be answering all your questions along with the PPT. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop and be comfortable here. We have around how many people? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 people in the room. So are we all okay to start, Payam? Are we not waiting for somebody, right? We are fine. Ah, sorry guys, I was pretty late. I came from office right now. So a bit about myself. I have done my MBA in pharmaceutical management from Naipur Mohali. I have done my B Farm from College of Pharmacy PGIMS Rohtak. Any student from PGI Rohtak or Haryana? Do we have anyone from Haryana, Payam, here? Payam didn't get that. Oh, that is nice. So let me know if the screen that I'm sharing is showing to you guys or not. Payam, can you check it once if I'm moving across the PPT? Can you see it? Anybody, please let me know, because I would not see if you guys are seeing it or not. कोई भी एक बंदा please uh,
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
thank you so much,
It's visible, ma'am.
whosoever it was. So, guys, let's take you through all through GDPI masterclass. So the thing is, um, at our time when I was giving the Niper and GPAT thing, this GDPI was not there. But before that, it was, and after my year, it has started again. So I guided my juniors across it. So among those people, there were 10 people that I did guide, and two are students of MBA who just passed with flying colors. Unka degree is complete now, and they are passing out this year. And so I would be, if anyone gets admission in MBA Pharma, I would be your senior ka senior. But yeah, so 2019 batch, there is this 2019 batch senior who I have talked to regarding these GDPI things, and we have insights from people who have gone through these GDPI. So ऐसा नहीं है that we did not go through GDPI. What happens is once you enter your MBA, we have placements going on. So all across the year you practice GD and you are giving PIs. So that is a very natural thing in MBA. First thing is you need to be confident. Before I start this class, before I say anything else, please believe in yourself. If you have achieved sniper rank, no, if you have done GPAT and if you have crossed this mark, you are already very intelligent, and you do not need to know everything about communication. Remember Pareto principle, 20-80 rule is there, no? You need to know 20% of communication to get through 80% of the stuff, and we will go through that 20%. What 20% you need to know in order to sail through, and believe me guys, you are going to get it. So let's get started. And what are we going through? We are going through in this session, in we are going through group discussion. We are going to cover PI, how would you dress, and something like your preparation plan. I don't know how much time you have for your preparation. When is your PI scheduled? Do we have any idea? Anyone, please?
Well, it is on 29. Yeah.
Oh my God, I did it for 7 days, so it's okay. We'll crunch the time and we'll have things in place. Okay, so we'll get started regarding group discussion. So the thing is, what happens during group discussion? There are 5 to 10 people in your group. So you are sitting across a panel wherein you have 5 to 10 people sitting besides you. Guys, I know you do not have a CV prepared yet, but it is good to get a CV ready when you go through these GD and PI. Why I am saying it? Because people are going to come there in formals, taking their CVs, and they are going to give the panel people their CVs while they'll go through the PIs. So one thing that you need to prepare before GD is how you dress, how you stay confident, and yes, we'll have to go through some topics, and some of the detailed discussions would be around that. But remember, if you are going to sit across 5 to 10 people in your group, you need to be confident. If you are sitting beside people who are dressed well, who, if you can imagine with me, suppose you are in a room wherein 5 to 10 panel members are sitting in front of you, and you are across 10 people who are dressed well, whereas you are in casuals, you would not want to imagine that. So first thing, if you are going through group discussion, you need to dress well, sit with confidence in that 10 10 people group. Now remember, it's not a forever time that you have while you are through this GD. Group discussions have a very limited time, and people don't get the chance to talk through. So see, there are some etiquettes while we talk about group discussions, and I would not want you to cut somebody and keep speaking and do not let anyone else speak. But when my juniors gave this group discussion thing in Guwahati, I remember. So what happened with them, a lot of people were there who kept speaking, they did not stop, and they did not get the chance to speak. But if you are getting zero chance to speak, no, then you are silent and you are not sitting, you are just sitting there. So you would not want that. If somebody keeps speaking, you cut them in between and you start speaking, because I know it's not an etiquette. Kahin pe bhi you will not see this. But if you see that somebody is taking more than 2 minutes of time, you either speak yourself and you either stop them and ask somebody else to speak. Okay. And there are these abstract topics. Now we do not have this number here. So I just kept it zero. Zero means nothing here. But then there are abstract topics that you need to be prepared. Some of the topics that I can suggest you. would be pharma trends. What pharma trends are going on? See, if you have read news, Wegovy, Ozempic, these drugs are in trending category right now. Then Gen AI, how generative AI is being utilized by the industry. What are the policy changes? If you have seen that there are policy changes, for example, in recent budget. Our Prime Minister and Nirmala Sitaraman, the Finance Minister, talked about NIPERs, that they are going to open more NIPERs. So this is sort of a policy structure there. Now you talk about currency digitization. This is one of the previous topics I remember that were that other people got during their GDPI. And then there are abstract topics. I mean, they give out anything, because the thing is, you as a student, sometimes what happens, panel judges are, they are just out of their mind, and they don't want to listen about this pharma trends, Gen AI, because they are reading all this stuff all the time. They'll give random topics, why cricket is better than hockey, something like that, and they'll ask you questions. They'll want you guys to talk about it. See, with girls, I myself do not watch cricket, so it becomes very difficult, and it gets really, I mean, difficult for the person to talk about a sports thing when you are not a sports person. So anybody who's not interested in sports, please be um, thorough about certain facts so that you have something to talk about. Okay, let's jump into how can you win in the room. When you see in GD na, when you start entering the room, wahin se you will be judged. Remember, you are there getting judged. When you are entering the room, the first etiquette is knocking the room. Okay, but if the room is already open and somebody else has entered the room already, and see, the thing is, with you people do not have a lot of exposure for GDPI, so it's okay if somebody misses any etiquettes and all, but be calm and confident. That is all we want at the end. But if the thing is, nobody would want to initiate. There is this issue when judges will go start the GD na, there is going to be nobody who is going to want to speak first. But in your case, what might happen, that there are a lot of people who would want to speak, that I want to speak in very first time. So be ready with your thoughts. What happens when a topic is given? You are given 2 minutes, and you collectively think, oh, these are the thoughts. Now how can you think about a topic? You need practice for that. You need prior information in your head. How I think about GDPI is, I have a structure called pestle. How do I go about it? For example, a random topic is given to me, generative AI. So I would think that generative AI in six ways. Pestle mein, we have P is political. I will think how it might affect political things. Then E is economic, how it impact the economics on microeconomic level and macroeconomic level. Then S is social. Social is where people or our in general social thing is affected. Now T for technological, how technology is being affected by generative AI. And L is legal. Legal is anything related to it's either policy making, or it's either to the legal rules. That is some sort of legal stuff that is there, for example, constitution. And the last is environmental. For example, generative AI usage is related to water consumption, so that is economical factor, sorry, that is environmental factor. Now the second thing is quality over quantity. When you have a structure in your head, no, you will automatically think about the quality, and you'd want. Now if a person is sitting across you who is judging you, they'd want to assess what quality you are speaking. They'd want to assess if you are speaking 2 lines, what impact those lines have. And if you're speaking less but it is of more quality, then it's the best thing that you can do. Next thing is listen actively. What happens is, sometimes you do not know the topic. For example, I as a girl do not know sports. What do? When I do not know sports. So I agree with people. And regarding GD, you know what? This is one of the tricks that you can use. When you do not know anything, you still speak. And how do you speak? Hey, I agree with your X factor. However, I would want to add Y in that. Or sometimes you do not have anything to add, you still say I agree with your X factor and you have made a great point. Now this makes you a person who believes ki, oh my god, yes, this is the person who agrees with people. If you are going to sit in a team, you are going to agree and you are a team player. Now the next thing is be assertive, not loud. So the thing is, you do not need to scream if your points are good. There are people, you will find aggressive people in GDPI. I tell you, sorry, during GD. But you need to be assertive. You need to be calm and confident. Your tone need not to be, oh my God, I am the only person sitting here. Be positive, be assertive, be calm, and be confident. That is fine. And then the structure. For example, I mentioned that I think in pestle. So here you can have a structure that how you're going to think. If you have a point, you state that point, you give it a reason, you give an example. For example, I gave for environmental factor, how generative AI is affecting by utilization of water, and that is affecting the environment, and summarize if you can. So the thing is, there are two people who start the conversation, and then there is this last part. In GD, the structure goes like, in the starting 2 to 3 minutes, one has to talk about that topic, and in 8 minutes, the other person, the whole group is going to discuss about it, and in last, one person has to summarize, or everyone has to summarize. So if panel judge wants anyone to summarize, they'll stop you and they'll ask, anyone, please give the summary. So you need to be the person who ends the discussion by collecting all the pointers across the board. Now, if you haven't got the chance to speak across whole conversation, you have the chance here. You did not get the chance to speak first because you did not know about the topic. You did not get to speak in between because you did not know about the topic. But you can summarize, you can actively listen, you understand the topic, and this give an instant signal that, oh my God, this is one of the person that is leader. Anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Hindi, English, anything. I am fine. But I'll be answering in English. Please ask, guys. This is your time to ask questions.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Please, yes.
Ma'am, if what you said that they will ask us to conclude, but
Mhm.
what if I directly conclude without without if they haven't asked to conclude, and I
Mm,
came to know that it is last minute, and then I can conclude.
so the thing is, here, if you are a person who is lucky enough to have a friend who already gave the GD, so you'd know how it goes and how panel members are asking questions. You would use your competitive intelligence skills here. So there are, I guess, I would say if I talk regarding probability of you sitting in the very first GD, how much is that probability? What is your rank?
64 one.
So there are chances that they'll have rank wise people there in the board while they're taking the GDs, no? So you would be among one of the either first to nahi ho sakta. Maybe you can be first or second batches that go there because there are going to be multiple panel members. So if you are lucky enough, if there is somebody else who gave GD before you can ask them what is happening. But see, in usual terms, if I say, ideally the panel has to ask, summarize it. If they do not and you see it last minute, because see, it's going to be chaotic. I am being very honest. I have seen people in GD, we did it for whole year, and I have seen people in GD during our placements and all. It gets chaotic. It does get chaotic. So
What
yes.
if it happens?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
They haven't asked me till end, and we also did not conclude. Then at the end, means no conclusion will be there. Like that, I must. So
No. It is. It should not be ideally happening. But if panel members are very much frustrated by your talks, then it might happen. So, see, God knows what will happen. But you keep preparing summarization thing. But make sure you speak in between. I would not want you guys to not start or not speak in between. Okay? Make sure you speak pehle hi. Do not keep till the end. That is going to be one of the issues. And may I know your name?
yes, ma'am. I am Pratham Bohra.
Okay, Pratham. Thank you. Anybody else, please ask questions. This is your time.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
My
हाँ,
name is Shivam Yadav,
सुनो
and I
सुनो
want to
सुनो
ask.
हाँ देखो, there is this brownie point for somebody. यहाँ पे ना what happened here, similarly this is going to happen in GD, that two people are going to say things at same time. So how can you increase your chances of getting more point? Because see, judges are going to have your names and X, Y, Z, A, B, C categories against which you will be given numbers. So one pointer is for the person. If two people are starting essay simultaneously, and you give the other person the chance, hey, it's okay, please continue, and you smile and you stop, and then you give them the other chance. See, it's not your fault here. I just remember that this is one of the brownie points that you may be able to get. So anyone, please continue, please. Or also, if you are speaking, please start with your name so that I know who I am speaking to.
Okay, ma'am, I'm starting. I'm Shivam Yadav from Mumbai. I want to ask that which strategy is best. Like we should either stick to one side or we should choose both the sides.
Mhm.
Like if I start with positives of AI, should I also mention the negative, or it is better to take my stand on positive only?
Very good question. Actually, this happens a lot during a lot of conversations we have had during our GDs. See, if you are taking good side of, let's say you are taking A side, okay, I will not name it good or bad. You keep it throughout your conversation. You do not move from it. ठीक है? Ideally this happens, but honestly there was this person, I remember from my juniors, because they called me after GD and they, ma'am, this happened, and ma'am, there were persons who spoke positives and negatives all together and still they got selected. So at your stance where you will be judged on the basis of your communication, how well you can articulate your thoughts. See, an MBA has to be the person who is able to articulate their thoughts confidently in front of anyone. This is the ideal quality that they should be having. So, if you are able to articulate what you are thinking, I agree that there is positive and there is negative. But if you're not sure, you can stay neutral. That is also fine. But if you are choosing extreme positive or extreme negative, stick to that point throughout your GD. And sometimes what happens na, the people who are in the panel members, they divide people into that. You will be the ones who will be speaking positive, and you will be the ones who will be speaking negative. If you are choosing it yourself, no, so keep yourself stuck at one point. So during your GD, you will be given 2 minutes to think in the very starting moment. So wahan pe you take a single thought in your head. You write down your thoughts in bullet points that I am going to speak on X, Y, Z, and think in terms of a structure. For example, I mentioned PESTLE. PESTLE is one of the example. You can also take SWOT. SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So you can also think in these terms. See, have a structure in your head so that wahan pe you don't get blank. What happens when you get a random topic, na, your brain goes blank. So you do not want to just keep stuck, क्योंकि in the GD also na, you'll not get the chance to see the paper. You'll be asked to turn the paper upside down. So you need to have a sharp memory wherein you put in X, Y, Z things on the paper and then you're able to speak them. But then keep stuck to one pointer, either positive or negative, or stay neutral. Do not take a very hard stand. That is also fine. Okay. Next
Okay,
question.
ma'am.
I hope you got your answer, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question, please.
Hello, ma'am. I'm
Hi,
Sneha.
Sneha.
So my doubt is, you said that we can either agree or disagree with somebody while speaking, right?
Yeah.
So how can we do that without turning that into some kind of debate? Like if we directly say, okay, I agree, I disagree.
See,
So
bro,
how can we do that?
bro, what happens during GD, na? People are going to get chaotic. So you will say to yourself, I mean, what is going to happen? It is going to be a very harsh discussion because you guys are doing it for very first time and you do not have the experience. So I would want you to have this image in your head कि this is going to be very chaotic and I have to speak in either first time or in between. So be in a Mahabharata mode. You are there to fight. But obviously, you do not want to be harsh to the people. You would want to stay calm and be assertive. It's not what you are speaking; it's how you are speaking, the tone that you are speaking with. You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
है ना?
I got it.
So
Yeah.
even if your point is not that, I mean, flashy, shiny, and not making it through, but how you're saying it does matter a lot. Because you can pour life in a sentence when you tone it or a bit. If you have seen my tone while I speak, I do not keep it monotonous. है ना? There is a reason. And you can sense it in your head. When I'm smiling, I'm speaking. You have that image in your head. So it is going to happen because they are going to frame an image of yourself. See, guys, this session is going to help you out across your placements as well. Kahin pe bhi, if you are going to sit for your placements, ye rules na, these all are same across any of the placements or any of the things. I do not know in research um, jobs we if we have it, but in MBA तो we have GD in a lot of companies. अभी तो consulting companies are also conducting GD. पहले only PIs used to be there, but it's okay. And if you have any other question, please ask.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, guys, please let me know your name and speak. I cannot either hear any of you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
is there?
My name is Soham.
Uh-huh. Shubham.
Soham.
Soham. Okay.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I had one question. Like, let's assume that I have absolute no clue at all. Like, the topic they give is like the worst, and I have no at all imagination about what it's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
So, how do I prepare for that situation? It's gonna be like
Oh.
after one and two entries of my other competitors, I'm gonna get one idea about it.
Huh?
But it's gonna be like from their their point of view. So I'm gonna build on that. But
Yes.
if it's still gonna be like unknown to me, right?
So this is where this thing comes in. I agree with X, but I would like to add Y, Z, or ABC. You do not need to know about everything and anything. Arey, bro, you are a human. You are not expected to know anything and everything. That is why they are going to give you an abstract topic. Not all the times they are going to give topics are like that, wherein you are definitely going to know something. Something you'll know. Trust me, I have given countless GDs. I have sat in a lot of interviews, and I know from experience that this happens when even in placements also. In MBA, when we sit in placements, this happens that there are times when you do not know stuff. And it's okay to not know. But it's not okay to not speak about it. It's okay if you do not know everything, but you should know how to build on anything. Okay? And
Thank you, ma'am.
यहाँ पे ना what can happen, you can start practicing. You would you guys whosoever is included in Payam's this section na, you guys make a group of 10 people and you guys start practicing online. You will have a brief idea. And I would also suggest you people to sit with actual people, the real people, in some room wherein you are practicing because you would want to have it. That is bits builds after
Good
practice.
evening,
Eh,
ma'am. Rohit this side.
hi Rohit.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, my question is just opposite to Soham. Let's
Huh.
suppose the panel member have given a topic, and about that I know lot of things.
Huh.
So, is there any specific duration? Should I speak continuously or should I stop within specific
The
duration?
ideal time that you can keep people's attention is 2 minutes. If I keep speaking throughout the PPT, na, you'll get bored.
Yes.
So there is this issue. I mentioned this thing. Two sharp, well reasoned points beat five generic ones. If you
Yeah.
keep speaking and it doesn't make sense, because
Mhm.
see, if I give you, मैंने यहाँ पे, if you see, I kept this in one liner.
Yes.
I did not write a paragraph. No, I can
Right.
write 3,000 lines on enter early, or speak clearly, or anything like that. But I kept it one liner. There is a reason that you need to be very concise while you're
Yeah, I have to
speaking.
prioritize. I got it, ma'am. Got it.
Huh. You need to have XYZ bullet points in your head, even if you know a lot of things.
Yeah. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
see, ideally, you should not keep speaking. But if you see that GD is getting silent, where a lot of people are getting silent, and nobody is stopping and talking about it, and you still have, let's say, 6 to 7 minutes left in the GD. Guys, wear a watch when you are going to enter in the GD.
Yeah,
And
sure.
that is totally on you if you want to wear a digital watch or the other one. But I would suggest if you wear the other watch. What is that watch called? That has a dial and
Analog.
needles.
Analog watch.
Ah, analog
Hmm.
watch. Yes, guys. So we are an analog watch that looks good. Get a good one.
Okay.
And ठीक है?
Thank you,
Any
ma'am.
हाँ. See guys, we need to jump to the next slide because time हमारे पास इतना नहीं है. So mini GD that I would not do here, but this is one of the examples. Should AI replace pharmacists in next 10 years? Now, tell me, this is a very abstract topic. Can you guys speak on that? How many people can speak on this? Payam, I cannot see, but you can see if there are
Yes.
people raising their hand. है ना? So, guys, you yourself know that this is one of the example topics and you will be able to speak on it. And if any point does not strike your head, you take other people's views and say yes or no on those views. You can just cross question people. You know what? If you do not know a thing about the thing, na, you can meddle in between. You can say the other person, hey, I think that your point does not make sense in XYZ way. Now you do not say it does not make sense. You need to frame it nicely. You package it nicely and then you throw the ball. Okay. So I'll move ahead. I'll not spend time here. Next question. Next thing is this personal interview. See what they actually ask. This is one of my seniors, Simanti, who's from MBA 2019 batch, who I asked, ki, ma'am, how this happens. So see her words. It was pretty chill. They don't grill you as such. They asked about my favorite subject, my MBA. This is very important question. Why do you want to choose MBA? Prepare an answer for it. Hobbies, role models, and it felt like a conversation. See, there are a lot of people who are natural communicators. Okay? So when it comes through that thing, I mean, you would be able to run the interview well. Okay? Now in personal interview, first thing is you need to have your CV prepared. I remember I did not say it to my juniors while they went for their interview, but I would ask you guys to do it because we have the learnings from previous people. And see, when you are talking about your story, your academic story, no, you should be having a storyline. It should not be boring. It should not be having essay. I mean, it should have a tone. Why did you choose pharmacy? What made you choose MBA? What are your plans? Is there any future vision that you have? Do you have any career goals? Do you have a 5-year plan? All questions should be answered in that intro. And then see, a guy or girl who is always sitting in their room doing studies, it's okay. But what makes you a person? What makes you a normal human being? It's your hobbies. If you like cricket, if you like watching movies, if you not movies, no movies be ऐसे ही है, but if you like to play any games, if you have any role models, anything that gives you purpose, that keeps you alive, and that makes you stand out. I mean, for yourself, that makes you feel ki, oh, I am a human being apart from studies and all that. You include that in your PI. How do you prepare for it? See, it's all practice, practice, practice. And they would want you to tell them ki, who are you and why? Why should you be given the MBA? So how are you going to prepare it? You have a storyline. Every person has a storyline. I do have a story. I come from Haryana, and I have um, been to Rohtak for 4 years for my B farm. Then I moved to Mohali for my MBA. Then I got my first job in LEK Consulting, and then I am here in IQV as an associate consultant. Now, if you see this story, I have a timeline added that, oh, I started my journey from here, I did my B farm and all that. But since you guys have just a B farmer done, you would have your story around your 4 years. Okay, so keep that answer prepared as well, and have it in structure. What structure it can be? A sample structure is your name, where you're based out of, that is your hometown. Then where did you do your B farm from, and why are you choosing MBA, and then if you have any hobbies. These 5 6 pointers should make an ideal introduction. See, in your B farm, how many of you, any person who have been involved in any of the activities during their college time? Anyone who is president, anyone who has done any clubs, anyone who has done anything, please, anyone. I cannot see you guys raising your hands, but please feel free to speak.
Hello, ma'am. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have been part of the college union. I have served as representing all the pharmacy colleges, and I have organized various intercollegiate arts and sports fests and
Oh
actively
my God, the
participated in it.
perfect MBA candidate. So that is one of the stories that you can tell to people. Oh, I have been passionate about this all my life. I have been involved in a lot of things. During my B farm, I was always doing things out of my line, and I was doing. See, guys, not all of you have this story. I know that, but you can always make things up. Nobody is going to ask you for the certificates of the things that you have done in your college. If you do not have done anything in your college, take the experiences of the people from your college who have done anything and put it in your CV and speak about it. Lie. I hope this is not getting recorded. Payam, is it getting recorded? Thank you so much. You need to know which lines to remove from here. See, guys, lie. You know why I'm saying it? Because the thing is, I understand there are a lot of colleges that do not give opportunity to students wherein